Ladies and gentlemen, live from Bristol, Tennessee, this is your main event. This bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. First, fighting out of the red corner, she weighed in at 125 pounds, holds an undefeated record of 3 wins with 0 losses, and represents Team Tech MMA in Blacksburg, Virginia, Whittany Pyles. And her opponent across the cage to my right, fighting out of the blue corner. She weighed in at 126 pounds, holds a record of 3 wins with 1 loss, and fights out of KMAA in Knoxville, Tennessee, Christina Roadhouse Ricker.
You know, referee Jimmy Neely, he was outnumbered
ladies,
there.
We went over the rules earlier. I want you to protect yourselves at all times, obey my commands at all times. Touch them up, back to your corners.
Between the ring girl, the announcer, and the 2 competitors, there were 4 women inside that cage.
I didn't like his odds.
No, but now the 2 in there currently are the only ones that matter.
That's right. It is black head to toe for Christina Ricker, white, black, and red for Whittany Pyles. Here we go, main event of the evening at VFW Fight Night Under Siege here in Bristol, Tennessee. Both ladies opening with kicks.
Wow. Right out of the gate here, Whittany Pyles slinging that leather and touching Christina Ricker. A big right hand by Whittany Pyles.
Followed by a head kick. Ricker closes the gap here now, looking for the takedown.
Perhaps her roots. This is the first style we ever saw Christina play. It's the first time we've seen her attack a takedown in her last 2 fights. She gets it here.
Gets that single leg takedown, lands in the half guard now, Whittany Pyles.
Now I'll say this, Whittany Pyles still holding the guillotine. If Ricker is able to pass, she's gonna have to get that arm out because the Von Flue
Which is a KMAA specialty.
It's a specialty of KMAA. She's gonna have to watch out for it. But as of right now, Whittany Pyles, she's actually in control here.
Ricker with Pyles kind of stacked against the cage, not a whole lot of places she can go here.
Good job. Keep that left shoulder forward in her face.
Oh, here we go. Possibly Ricker looking for that Von Flue, slipping that left arm over the neck of Whittany Pyles.
That's it. Don't give it away, Casey.
Pyles continuing to go for that guillotine here.
Up her back if she wants to get up. That's it, Chris.
As she works her way up now.
Whittany Pyles back up to her feet.
Forcing Pyles back to the cage, going back to that single leg.
Yes.
Run your feet away from the cage and go.
Will she get it?
Whittany Pyles not making it easy for her.
So we're about halfway through this first round.
And Whittany Pyles ends up on top here.
Exactly.
Now we will check out the guard of Christina Ricker.
You got 60 seconds, Chris. Good
Down to the final minute of this first round. We're set for 3.
Again, we mentioned the respective champions of 2 different promotions meeting here.
Closes that guard up here.
The MMA Road Warrior Tour.
That's right.
Okay, the closed guard of Christina Ricker, but Whittany Pyles putting a lot of pressure there into the neck, and it opens the guard of Christina Ricker, and now she's advancing.
30 seconds to go here now as she advances.
Lots of pressure by Whittany Pyles. A lifetime martial artist.
We're down to 20 seconds to go here in this first round. Very back and forth. Ricker working her way back up. We're down to 10 seconds to go as Pyles starts to unload here in the final seconds.
Pyles working her way up. And
there's the horn. Good first round from both of these ladies. Back and forth, both had their moments. We'll see who gets the better going into this second round. Pyles looks to be, not breathing too hard. She's gonna test the conditioning of Ricker, I think, going into this second round.
Yeah, absolutely.
We look at the replay.
Yeah, you see it. Whittany Pyles really loading up. In my estimation, she took this first round with a barrage, the barrages of strikes just like this. And we talked about that karate background, the traditional karate background that she grew up in. The ability to throw those high kicks at the blink of an eye. So that's something that Christina Ricker's going to have to watch out for. She's going to have to make this an ugly fight, keep the pressure on like she did, get the takedown and stay on top, because in my estimation, Whittany Pyles takes this first round. But like you said, anything can happen moving into the later rounds, man. Things can change in the blink of an eye.
Here we go, round number 2. We're set for 3. A little spring in the step of Christina Ricker. Here we go. Immediately takes the center of the cage. A leg kick to open from Whittany Pyles.
Oh, big shots there by Pyles again. She is finding her mark.
Ricker constantly coming forward. Pyles answering.
And shucking her off. Pyles looking very powerful right now.
Straight right hand from Pyles.
Pyles just has the range, and when she throws punches in bunches. There we go, continuing.
Nice body kick
forward.
from Ricker. Both girls
Here we
training
go.
again. Both
Back
landing.
in the pocket again. Whittany Pyles opening up,
She's
and back goes Ricker.
Measuring her up now, Whittany Pyles. 1 minute down in this second round.
A very high output from Whittany Pyles.
Yeah, it's punches and bunches when she comes with it.
A lot, but that being said, that can't exhaust you, but she seems to be well conditioned here to continue that pace.
Halfway through this through the second round, it'll put us.
Oh, that was another hard shot.
stunned her.
Now, Christina was able to close the distance, but shucked off again by Whittany Pyles, who is again on top. And in my estimation, at the midway point of this round, Christina Ricker is going to have to find some answers here.
It's the half guard here, trying to negate any sort of separation here to avoid some of those blows from the top. And now Pyles opening up. 1 minute to go.
Christina Ricker back to her base, but she's getting nailed here by those shots. Relentless by Whittany Pyles.
Jimmy Neely looking very closely at this.
Yeah. Christina almost up to her feet here.
45 seconds to go here. Will Ricker be able to find a solution or at least hang on through these last seconds to get to the third round?
So much pressure by Whittany Pyles, and again, she doesn't even seem to have broken a sweat to this point. She's kept Christina Ricker in her range, and she has been very, very dominant. But testament to Ricker's toughness. This girl comes to fight, but she's going to have to move here.
A few of those look like they snuck to the back of the head potentially. 10 seconds to go here. As Ricker is going to have to come up with some answers here in this third round, Casey. What would you suggest?
I suggest she's going to have to get into the mat and find a submission, because she's had a hard time closing the distance and controlling the clinch. She got that first takedown in the first round, but in this second, man, she has just been way off her mark. She's going to have to come forward, throw, and get underneath Whittany Pyles before Pyles can start to land those combinations. They're just too powerful.
Both these ladies very well conditioned. It just seems like Pyles able to string more together in the exchanges, and they're starting to add up. Look at the replay here.
Yeah.
Going for that takedown, Pyles able to just kind of shuck her into the cage. And that's kind of where we finished off the rest of the round.
Yeah, and she absolutely, she just mauled Christina Ricker. Nothing huge, but persistent and constant, and it takes its toll as well. And that's the thing, is Ricker's going to have to be able to dig deep here and pull something out.
She's got to open up here. She's got to go for it.
She's got to get to a good spot, get to a dominant position, and find a sub or a knockout or a TKO. Like I said, I've got her down 2 rounds to nothing.
Looks like she's still got plenty of pep in her step here. Here we go, round number 3, our third and final round.
Oh, here we go, Ricker right out of the gate.
They're throwing.
Leaving nothing to the judges.
Working hard for that takedown, in on that single leg, was able to get it. But ends up on the bottom.
Ends up on bottom, still has the underhook. And Whittany Pyles with tons of pressure here.
Working out of the half guard now. Whittany Pyles on top. 30 seconds into this final round of the evening.
And it's not a good spot. Christina Ricker's going to need to control the left arm of Whittany Pyles, because that is the arm that's going to punch. She's going to punch with the arm that she is going to cross face with. And Christina needs to get her hips to the left and look to take the back, because she does have the left underhook, but she's being forced to push against the pressure.
And the turn here, 2 minutes to go here.
Oh, here we go. Whittany Pyles looking to secure that arm underneath. You see that? Now it's going to leave the face of Christina wide open, exactly.
Whittany Pyles still on top here. We're at the halfway point of this last round. And Ricker's really going to have to start opening up. Going to have to go for things, maybe risk a little bit.
Undoubtedly, these two athletes have really shown so much over the last few months and years, and it has culminated here in this fight. But now Whittany Pyles opening up, and it's done. Oh, wait a minute. No,
we've got a
not.
timeout. This is not the end of the fight. It's
timeout.
not the end of the fight. It's a timeout, they're saying.
What happened
They have
here?
not called the fight. Jimmy Neely called a timeout. Not exactly sure. He's going to take a point maybe for a back of the... So 1 point deducted from Whittany Pyles for striking to the back of the head. It is going to get them stood back up here now, which is certainly to Ricker's advantage. Not a whole lot of time left to work.
Yeah, I don't know necessarily if it is to her advantage, because she's going to have to, you know, meaning Whittany Pyles is relentless on the feet. The chance that Ricker does have, though, is to hit that takedown and find something. If she were to win this round, then it could be a draw, but I don't see any way that she can win unless she's able to drop Pyles on the feet or do some significant damage.
Pyles still just a house of fire, still throwing hard. Ricker's really got to make something happen here and really doesn't have much time. Forces her down.
Yeah, Christina Ricker with the takedown.
And now things get a lot more interesting, Casey.
Right. Because now if Ricker is able to technically win the round, then it's a draw. Then it's a draw.
But she really needs to do a lot of work this last little bit of time to really seal the deal, because she's about to give up her back.
And Pyles working back up to
Still
the
stays
feet.
on top, though, Ricker does. You have to imagine we need to see more output from Ricker these last little bit. Really needs to seal the deal. 10 seconds to go. And oh, man. Who knows what we're going to see when we go to the scorecards.
What
here.
a war here by these two women. A testament to the abilities, and not only the abilities, but the heart. You don't see this very often in a main event.
We'll take a look here at the replay.
Well, there you see, she's got the gut wrench from behind, does Christina Ricker. Whittany Pyles attempting the takedown. And Ricker with the drop, she was able to back lateral, and now advances and maintains that position.
For the rest of the round, yeah.
To win the round, hence gaining the draw. I think it's going to be close.
Oh, man.
And that's if there aren't any two-point rounds.
Right.
There. There's not a 29-28 or a 10-8 point.
We'll find out soon enough.
Hey, you're a doctor, so you got the Tesla, you got your car back, right? I got it back. See? Trade that in for a helicopter? last round at 10-8. It should be a draw.
After 3 hard-fought rounds, we go to your judges' scorecard for decision. Judge 1 scores this bout 29-27. Judge 2, 28-28. And Judge 3, 29-27. For your winner, by majority decision, out of the red corner, Whittany Pyles.